Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope everybody's having a great day. So today I logged onto the internet and I found this. So one of the guys I follow on YouTube is Neo Cards and Comics. He never really talks about hockey, maybe one video a year, but he has a fantastic channel about information about our hobby. And I think it's a great watch. Give him a subscribe, check out some of his channels. Anyways, the point is he posted a wicked video today called A Rare Look Inside the PSA Offices. I started watching Neo's video and he said there's about 7 to 8 minutes of behind the scenes at PSA. So I haven't watched the video yet. I started watching about 30, 40 seconds and I stopped it. So this will be my first time watching it with you. And why not? Let's watch it together. I have no idea. It might totally suck. There is a nice surprise. Ted Danson's at the beginning of the video, which is kind of odd because George went past Norm. He passed yesterday. So funny how coincidences like that happen. Okay, here we go. So we're going to press play.
Coming up on Advancements, discover how technology is revolutionizing the way collectors pursue their passion.
That's awesome.
Machine learning and artificial intelligence are streamlining engineering efficiency.
Ted Danson.
Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
I'm Ted Danson.
Hello.
Today's episode is dedicated to exploring the latest developments taking place across a number of industries. Join us as we discover how science, technology, and determination
I don't like his glasses. He could get better glasses.
are working together to foster innovation.
Collectibles began in the 19th century when cigarette and candy companies started including baseball cards with products to drive sales. As the industry grew, so did the need for a reliable and trustworthy way to authenticate and grade collectibles.
In the early 1900s, tobacco companies and candy manufacturers used trading cards as a way to sell additional versions of their products. And that started the kind of collecting craze with kids that were actually acquiring these items, and that was the beginning of it. And it really took off in 1952 when Topps started making full-size cards with bubble gum.
The collectibles industry has definitely changed in some major ways, but I think the core elements of collecting, especially the nostalgia around it, has really stayed the same over all these years. However, one of the big things we've seen is a rise really of the digital elements around collecting, making it easier than ever for people to learn about collectibles, to buy them, to sell them, to show them off to their friends.
The trading card and collectibles industry has experienced a resurgence in recent years, with millions either discovering the hobby or reigniting their interest. However, until recently, the industry lacked significant technological investment.
We're seeing, some would say, a resurgence in the collectible and trading card space where people who were part of Generation X or who were millennials loved collecting back then, but maybe you couldn't buy all those expensive cards you really wanted, or you couldn't complete a set you were really going after. And then those generations are also having their own kids.
So they're getting you first with the emotions, right? They're resurrecting the emotions. I know what you're doing.
They're getting engaged in these hobbies and these collectibles too. And so it's something that can be shared between the parent and the kid, kind of this love and passion for those collectibles.
It's taken a while for the collectibles industry to catch up with technology. This is because the foundation of the collectibles industry is expertise. A lot of this involves specialists who spent
What is this? Okay, so is this a grader station? That's what it seems to be. Okay, we got some cubicles and okay, what's going on here? We got a laptop, we got a box of cards that looks like it would be to the left. We have a light, we have a magnifying glass, we have a grader, we have a human. I'm gonna say it looks about 26 to 30. Okay, well, I don't know, this is cool. This is not what I thought. I kind of pictured like a big room. Well, maybe it is a big room, but it looks very dark, which makes sense. We always have an environment or image in our head when we're thinking about a grading room. Well, I do anyways. I guess this would be half of it. I just pictured it bigger lit up, kind of like a newspaper room, if you know what that is anymore. All right, let's keep watching. Oh, I hope he does. I hope he grades them.
Decades learning how to authenticate and grade collectibles. For a long time, they were able to keep up with the demand. This was until the boom in the volume of items that came in. So that's where technology took over.
Now,
Okay, so I guess they have their own little sections for their grade. I mean, you don't need a big space, so that's all you would need. Yeah, take your laptop with you, take away. Okay, let's keep watching. This is B-roll.
passion and dedication for accuracy and trust.
Okay, we got a ruler. All right. Okay, I mean, it's a ruler. Okay, well, I got excited for nothing.
are bringing needed innovation, transparency, and
Transparency. So I don't know, man. Maybe he could write a few more graders notes. I know we're getting some now. Anyways, this is more informative. This isn't a critique.
value to hobbyists.
PSA was the first trading card authentication and grading company. We have graded more than 90 million collectibles, and I think over the years we've shown.
So is that their labels? That's their labels. Yeah. You can see the roll on the bottom right behind the other roll. Yeah, you see the labels there. That's wild. Okay. So I guess they have a department for labels. I thought maybe the grader punches it in. Who knows? See, this is what we want demystified. It's not an attack. This is behind the scenes. You know what though? If I was the CEO of PSA, I don't think I'd want people to see how fast we're grading cards. I don't think you want to. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
That we've got the highest standards.
Risk reward, right? Is it worth the risk to have more people being like, oh, that was quick?
In consistency and accuracy in our grading.
We actually created custom AI models to help with card identification, detection of counterfeits, and multi-point quality.
So who's looking at this card versus the other guy that we were looking with the loop? I'm just curious. Like, what I prefer every station to have something like this, right? But then is that an unfair grade when you're magnifying past the naked eye? I don't know.
Assurance checks throughout the entire authentication and grading process. So our technology doesn't actually replace the graders. What it does is it helps them to move faster, to highlight through AI a lot of the anomalies that they may miss because they're looking at a large volume of items. So we will highlight using.
All right. So these are our graders. The power of the youth. Hey, they need people. If they're trained properly, good. But
things like heat maps. And for collectors, we've essentially created an AI expert in your pocket.
As a leading provider of authentication, grading, and collection management services, the company provides best-in-class products and services that allow hobbyists
high frequency welding
to grade, authenticate, research, vault, and sell their trading cards and memorabilia with ease.
Look at this.
Our mobile app acts as a collector's personal assistant, allowing them to scan the collectible and see the population reports, the rarity and potential value of every item. It's not just about buying and selling. It's about helping collectors to make informed decisions so that they can enjoy the hobby with confidence.
In 2020 and 2021, we experienced a massive surge in interest in card collecting as an industry, and I think PSA invested a ton, both in our people, our facilities, and our technology in order to scale to meet that increased demand from customers in the US and worldwide.
Leveraging emerging technologies to deliver a unified, end-to-end experience across its brands, the digital ecosystem brings the best in grading and vaulting services to millions of collectors worldwide.
After authentication and grading, collectors can send their items to a secure vault for storage. So imagine an Ocean's 11 style vault with multiple layers of physical and digital security. That's actually what we built. And so the best part is that once it's in the vault, ownership can transfer digitally without the need for the collector to ever physically deal with the item again. So we had to create a digital manifestation of it that allowed people to see all of their items and track the value and look at all of it.
An online record of all PSA certified trading cards, tickets, packs, coins, and pins provides an encyclopedia of information to help enthusiasts track and grow collections.
Every item that we authenticate gets a unique identifier associated with it. And as a result, you can see the public record online, complete with high-resolution images, a population report,
wrap up the app.
And more information about that collectible. A population report actually tells you the distribution of how many items we've seen and at what grades we've seen them at. This gives you an idea of the rarity of the item. What this provides for our customers is transparency.
The process of card grading can be a little bit of a black box at times, and so we're taking strides to making it more accessible and bringing people behind the scenes so that they can actually see what is going in.
Man, look at me. I'm begging for table scraps of little clips of cameras panning in your grading room. We need more, Ryan. We need more, buddy.
Into the grade that they see on their card.
The current state of card collecting continues to merge with the tech revolution, bridging together people and technology while empowering enthusiasts with the innovative solutions needed to help their...
In my opinion, a revolution would be objective grading, AI grading, whatever buzzword you want to use. The same grade consistently, and it never changes based on a limited number of metrics. I think that's revolutionary. And this is excellent. Like I've never seen any of these processes ever before. And look, I'm foaming at the mouth, man. I want more. Come on.
Their collections thrive.
There's this thing out there about every 25 years something becomes collectible. So we're seeing other categories pop up. I think video games is an interesting one. Game used memorabilia, photo matched
used underwear
memorabilia,
vending
I think
machines.
is another one that's also super interesting for the sports fan.
Innovations in technology will have a huge impact on the future of the collecting space. We're in a bit of a digital transformation
What
right
was that?
now, and
What's this?
we're
What's
in
this?
a bit
Okay, watch, and then it goes down. Oh, it's probably just packaging it like in the box.
of a
right?
digital transformation right now, and a previously somewhat antiquated
Fancy
hobby
machines.
where people have a higher bar now for what they would expect from a product or service. As items are increasing in value, people out there are faking them and counterfeiting them, and we can really police this space and make sure that your collectible is authentic and
So what's this? What's this machine? Trays, actual, tray command, tray selected. Okay, I don't know what that is.
genuine. So being more online and digital first, I think, is what really will take the hobby to the next level and move it
Every facility can't look like that though, right? Like, don't they have hubs everywhere? That must be a main hub.
forward.
This next segment
Ah, come on, that's it? All right, well, I thought that was going to be way more exciting. We saw, yeah, okay, so here's a grader. He's grading, doing the grading stuff. I'm going to go ahead and assume that's a grading station. And I'm going to also go ahead and assume that these are some of the graders. And that's okay. Listen, let's not judge a book by its cover, but if I was going to, I would say they're not 55-year-old guys who have been doing this for 20 years. That you can't expect that, right? When you get 1 million plus cards a month, let's be realistic, you're not going to have the best graders always grading all your cards. It's impossible. So you hope the training goes well. And I'm confident PSA is training well. All right, well, that was a bit of a lackluster thing. I got a little excited, but thought I would share that with you. And yeah, a little more behind the curtain from PSA. Bravo! And let's hope there's more coming. You know what I would love? I would love graders. I would love these graders to have online media presence. I want someone grading hockey cards to grade hockey cards more. They'll get a better eye for it, a better eye for the centering. Maybe more familiar cards come in. I'd like the TCG folks to do more of their TCG and stay away from sports, right? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Just some ideas I've had. All right. See you later. Hope you're all having a great day.